Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. Today I'm going to be ranking all of my ODEN'S eyeshadow palettes. I have 15 palettes that I've bought from the brand and I cannot wait to rank them for you. If it is your first time here on my channel, I want to say hello and welcome to everybody and invite you to become part of our makeup family. Do me a favor, click on that subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I drop a new video. And if you're just as excited about ODEN'S as I am, be sure to give this video a thumbs up before you go. Let's get started with this ODEN'S eyeshadow palette ranking video. And in case you are wondering about the look I have on right now, I did film it. It will be up as a YouTube short and an Instagram reel, and you'll probably see the look go up before you see this particular video go up. And of course, I am using one of the palettes in today's video. This is an all shimmer look. This is me stepping outside of my comfort zone because I rarely do all shimmer looks, but I like the way it turned out. So if you're unfamiliar with ODEN'S, they are a Swedish-based indie makeup brand, and they have been in the news, not the news, but like all over social media lately because they just released 3 palettes that were in collaboration with 3 amazing content creators, and this is their second time to collaborate with content creators. Their first go round was with Judy, it was with Tina and Annette, and then of course Angelica had her beautiful palette, and then this time around it was with Amanda, it was with, oh my goodness, Lauren, and it was with Betty Jean. So we're going to be going through all of those palettes today, and let's start with number 15. In the number 15 spot, this was one of my very first purchases from ODEN'S, and this is the Alva 2, it's just easier to read it on the side. Alva 2 Mint Forest palette. So I got 3 of these palettes. I want to say there was either 3 or 5 released in this series, and I got 3 of them, and you'll be seeing the other ones coming up soon. But this is like a 6-pan palette, I guess, because you're getting not a 6-pan palette, but like 6 shades that you're getting because you do have that split shade in the middle there. I think it's a good formula, but they've definitely improved since then. Let me know what you think if you have these Alva 2 palettes, what your take is on the formula, but I definitely think ODEN'S has gotten a lot better since these palettes were released. The next one is also from that series, and this one is the Mini Sky palette, and it's the same situation as far as the setup goes, where it has the split pan in the middle, and then you have a couple matte shades and those shimmer shades. This shade right here is really pretty. It's kind of like a duo multi-chrome. It has a really pretty shift to it. Coming in the number 13 spot is the last Alva 2 palette that I picked up, and this one is the Mini Ocean palette. This is beautiful. Isn't this such a beautiful color combination with the light blue, the dark blue, and then you have like the pop of like the orange rusty shade with the brown. These 2 shades that are in the center are gorgeous. For me, this was my favorite of the 3, and that's why I'm putting it in the number 13 spot. Coming in at number 12 is this one right here. This was released 2 years ago, and this is the Saga Freya palette. This opens up so cute. It opens up like a little book, and then this is what we get inside. This is a really cute little 9-pan palette. These are beautiful neutral shades, wearable shades, but you know me. You know I love a little bit more color than this, so that's why it's finding itself a little bit lower here on the list, but I can definitely see a change in formula from this palette to these 3 palettes over here. Definitely a good change, and I love that it opens up like a little book. Really nice packaging on this one. Coming in at number 11 is the Norns palette, and how beautiful is the outward packaging, and of course you have the shade names on the back. The shade names are on the back of all the palettes, by the way. I forgot to mention that, and they are a cruelty-free brand. When we open this palette up, they all come with mirrors, and here is this beautiful Color Story 16 pan palette. This palette was released, I want to say it was like in the winter time, and I can totally see that. I get winter vibes from this palette, but also I can see an improvement in the formula. Like they just keep getting better and better and better with every palette release, and I love that we get a little bit of jewel tones in here, and then we have some more muted shades over here, and I like this pop of red there. It's a matte red. I just think it's a really beautiful color story. Now, some of these palettes are available and some of them are limited edition, like the collaboration palettes. Some of them are not going to be in stock, but I want to say this is in stock and it might even be on sale. I'll have the ODEN'S website linked in the description box. I am not sponsored by them. I don't get PR from them. Every single palette that I'm sharing with you today I bought myself, and that is quite all right because I've really come to love this brand, and this is a beautiful color story. If you're looking for something a little bit larger, you want more shades, and this is your color story, then the Norns palette would be a great one to pick up if it's still available. Coming in at number 10 is another palette from the Saga of Freya collection. This is a double-sided palette, and it also is that book type of packaging, which I absolutely love. This one is Freya, no, just says Freya Saga palette on the back. I was thinking it had a different name. Well, this is the back side of the palette. I don't want to blind you with the mirror. I think you know why I love this palette, because of that pop of green. The green and the orange together are just so much fun. And then when you open it up to the front, let's see, like this, these are the other shades that are on the opposite side. So it's a nice little palette to like mix and match. I would say this is a more neutral leaning side of the two-sided palette, but I like this palette. I thought it performed well. I actually took, when I went on vacation a couple of years ago, we went to the Dominican Republic, and I had just gotten my ODEN'S order in, and it was all three of the palettes that were in this collection, along with the travel makeup bag, which I still use and love to this day. But I remember I took them with me and I photographed them on the beach, and I just, you know, I had fun with them on vacation. So I have nice memories attached to these Freya palettes. Coming in at number 9 is the Red Dragon palette, and this is in collaboration with Judy here on YouTube. I kept all three of these palettes. I kept the little jacket on them just to protect them because I love them so, so much. This was the first time that ODEN'S did a collaboration, and they chose 3 content creators, and Judy was one of them. We opened this up. It opens up again like a book. And how beautiful is this color story? The green, the rusty shades in here. You have those beautiful shimmer shadows. If you have this palette, hang on tight to it. It was limited edition. I don't know if you can find it floating around, maybe on Mercari or whatnot, but this is a beautiful palette, a beautiful neutral palette. This was the most neutral palette of the 3 that were released, and you guys will be seeing the other palettes coming up shortly, but I am putting the Red Dragon palette in the number 9 spot. Coming in at number 8 is the palette that I'm wearing today, and this is the Seatalk palette and LaurenMaeBeauty collaboration. So this was just released about a month ago. There were 3, again, ODEN'S collaborated with 3 gorgeous content creators. LaurenMaeBeauty was one of them, and I have an all shimmer eye look on right now thanks to her palette. I love ocean theme, like the beautiful packaging on this. I love anything ocean themed. I wish I could live at the beach. That would be so much fun. But this is the color story. Guys, this yellow is beautiful, and the yellow is what I have like all over my lid, and then I have a little bit of the pink like right here in the center. You guys will see this look. This look has already gone up as a YouTube short, but yeah, I had a lot of fun just stepping outside of my comfort zone, just creating an all shimmer look. But I like the matte shades that she included in here because they're really strong matte shades that can really anchor the palette. This is a palette that has the fewest matte shades, so you get 3 matte matte shades, and then the rest are going to be shimmer shadows, and they are beautiful. It's just a really pretty formula. I definitely recommend with all of the ODEN'S eye palettes to use some glitter primer. That's how you're gonna get maximum payoff, and I think that LaurenMaeBeauty did a fantastic job. Congratulations, Lauren. Congratulations, ODEN'S eye, on this latest release. It is gorgeous. Coming in at number 7 is the last palette in the Saga of Freya collection, and look at the kitty. Oh my goodness. So again, this is one of the palettes that I had taken with me on that Dominican vacation. I got so many compliments whenever I've worn this palette, but especially on that trip. I am a very nervous flyer. I'm just afraid. I'm afraid of flying. Yes, I go places. I travel every year, but I'm afraid, and I'm really, really afraid. So one of the things that I do, especially on the longer flight that we have that day, is I have my makeup bag there and I start putting on my makeup. I take my friend's little tray table and I spread out everything, and I can see, you know, as I'm putting my makeup on, people are just kind of looking and watching. And so that's what I did with this palette on the way to the Dominican Republic, and I got so many compliments. People just saw me without the makeup on, and then I think I had gotten up to go to the bathroom or something, and they're like, oh my goodness, look at your makeup. And the flight attendants, the same thing. So I have a really nice special memory about that trip regarding this palette. I love this color story. I think it is so pretty. The orange with the blue and the green down here. I think they did a phenomenal job. This quality of this one, I think, for me, I think this was like the best out of the 3. And you know, it has a cat. It has a cat. It has to rank the highest, right? Coming in at number 6, we have another collab palette, and this is the collaboration with Makeup Just for Fun, also known as Amanda, and this is her Flora Story palette. How beautiful is the cover? There is Amanda right there with the colorful hair. I don't think she has colorful hair. I think they just did that for the palette. But if you open it up, this is just a beautiful springtime palette. I mean, if you're wanting more muted shades, then this is definitely the palette that you would grab. I think this is the only one that is sold out right now in that trio of palettes, but I think they are doing a restock, so definitely sign up for those email notifications so you'll be notified whenever it does come in stock. This palette is beautiful. It's like a spring grungy palette. That is the best way that I can describe it. And I know when I use this palette, some of you were really surprised at the depth that I was able to achieve. Like, I guess you weren't expecting the looks I created to be so deep. And I know I mentioned this in another video. Whenever I know I'm gonna review a product, I never watch other content creators' videos until later on, until after I've, you know, reviewed it myself and, you know, have time to form my own opinion on it, because I do want it to be a true first impression. I do want to, you know, create my own looks and not base them off of, you know, other people's looks. So I appreciate all of your feedback, all of you that said such beautiful things about the looks I created with this this palette here. And this was the first palette that I used in that series of 3, and I have looks, guys, I have looks with all of these palettes, by the way. I'll have my ODEN'S eye playlist linked in a pinned comment, but I did 3 St. Patrick's Day looks using this palette, and I like the way it turned out. I think it's a beautiful color story. Let me know if you picked this up. Let me know what your thoughts have been on it. But again, congratulations, Amanda, Makeup Just for Fun. That is her name on Instagram. You need to follow her on Instagram because she does the best makeup photography ever. Like, she just product placement and everything swatches. She's the best. Coming in at number 5 is the final palette in this latest of 3 content creator collaboration palettes, and this is the one with Betty Jean, or Baddie Bean as she's also known. This is the Planet Spirit palette. Again, beautiful cover art, and she does have blue hair. She does have blue hair, she has purple hair, she has blonde hair. I love it. I don't know if they're wigs or if she just puts in like extensions or what she does, but I love how she's always changing up her look. Like, I wish I could do that. I can't necessarily do that during the school year. If you don't know, I am a teacher, but definitely in the summer, I like to do something a little bit more fun, maybe pink, maybe purple. So we'll see what I do, what I'm in the mood for this year. But this is Betty Jean's palette, and it's beautiful. It is the most colorful palette out of the three. I love the brightness. I love how bright this palette is, and I'm just so inspired by this color story. I mean, look at the greens right there. Like, these greens, the matte and the shimmer, they really pop out at me, and so does that pink and the purple. I just, you know, I've had fun with all of these ODEN'S palettes, but this one is just a lot of fun, not just to look at, but to also play with. So again, congratulations to Betty Jean, and ODEN'S on Planet Spirit. I know if you have this one, I know you gotta be loving it. Okay guys, we got 4 palettes left. The next palette is from one of the first collaborations, and this is the Hummingbird palette. This is the collaboration with Tina, better known as Fancy Face here on YouTube and on her socials. Again, I keep the little jacket that it comes in. I have the little jacket for these other palettes too. I just have them over there. I'm gonna put them back in a second. But this is the Hummingbird palette. Love it. I love it so, so much. The cover, and again, this is that book style way of opening. You do get the mirror, but I mean, look at this palette. Look at how colorful it is. She is from Jamaica, I think. I think she's from Jamaica. I mean, I've never been to Jamaica, but yeah, like, this is tropical vibes all the way. I just love this palette so, so much. The different shifts that you get in these shimmer shades. This was limited edition, as I think all of the collaboration palettes are. So I'm pretty sure this is no longer in stock. I know they restocked it a few times, and then that was it. So if you have it, hang on tight to it. I'm sure you're loving it. This is just so, so beautiful. The green up here, love it. I love this one. Congratulations, Tina, Fancy Face. I cherish these palettes. I keep them on a shelf back in my beauty room, and I love this one. All right, guys, now it's time for the top 3. What do you think is going to be next? Well, maybe you all didn't expect this, but coming in at number 3 is the Hella palette, and this is a collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist. I know I don't usually say her last name just because I know I'm not pronouncing it right, and I know all of you know Angelica. When I say Angelica, you guys know who I'm talking about. So this is her Hella palette, and again, this is the little jacket that it comes in, and you pull it out. This one I keep on the shelf behind me at the very top with my Kaleido stuff, with her other collaboration that she did with Kaleidos, and this was her first collaboration with ODEN'S, which I'm hoping we get another collaboration from her and ODEN'S in the near future. I think that would be great. She is Swedish. ODEN'S is a Swedish makeup brand. It just made sense, total sense, that they would collaborate on something, and they did a heck of a job with this Hella palette. Just the cover art, like, everything just all ties together, the shades and everything, just to tell a beautiful story. And so you guys know I love green. I love that this has a bit of like a grungy vibe to it. I love the deeper shade down here. Angelica loves depth. She loves to create looks that have depth to them. But I also like that this palette doesn't have to go very deep. And that's when I was a little bit surprised when this palette was released, because I know she loves her deep, dark shades, and we're really only getting one really deep shade in this palette. I would say these other matte shades are more mid-tone shades. So I thought this was nice. I thought this was something nice that she did. Maybe she did this also because she knows not everybody likes to wear, you know, deep, dark, dramatic looks. And she wanted to just fill a void. I remember that's what she said. She wanted to fill a void in the ODEN'S, you know, palette lineup, and I think this definitely filled a void, because this is just a stunning palette. Like, a little bit of grunge, some beautiful sparkle. You have like that row of baby pink I love it. I think she did a beautiful job, a beautiful 16 pan palette that I am always, always going to cherish, and it's always going to stay up there on the shelf behind me. It'll be right there waiting for her next collaboration, which I hope is very soon. She deserves it. So coming in at number 2 is the final collaboration palette, and it is the Giant Wolves palette. This is in collaboration with Annette from Annette's Makeup Corner. Let me take the little jacket off of it. How cute. And you know what? Annette, she's another one that always has colorful hair. She creates beautiful, colorful looks. She loves those duo and multi-chrome. She's just so good at it. She has such a nice eye shape that just, you know, showcases these beautiful shimmer shadows perfectly. And I love how she's always changing up her hair as well. Let's open this palette up in case you're unfamiliar with it. How beautiful is this? Like, this is gorgeous. I love the shimmers, especially in this palette. They have so many shifty shades, like just, it was just unreal. This shade right here and this shade right here, I mean, these are just, they're just stunning. She did a fantastic job with the shade range, and she always likes to have a matte black. That's what I do remember. She likes to have a matte black in her palette because she also likes to deepen up her looks. So that's why we're getting that one there. And you can see this palette does go deep. I love this grungy green shade up here. For me though, the shimmers in this palette were just spectacular. I just think they got everything right with this palette. Annette did a fabulous job. We need another collab from Annette. Who's with me on that? So coming in at number 1, I think you all probably saw this one coming, and this is the Soul Mane 2 palette. I've ranked this palette so high in a number of my other eyeshadow palette ranking videos because it is a beautiful, beautiful palette. If this is still in stock, you need to have this in your collection. This also went with me on vacation. It went with me to Puerto Vallarta last year, and like the other palette, the Saga Freya palette, I did my makeup on the plane using this palette. So many compliments. Like, it just, you don't understand how nervous I get when I fly and doing my makeup, just kind of zoning out and playing, you know, especially with these colorful shadows and these shifty shimmer shadows. It really just helps me to de-stress and just kind of just calm down, forget where I'm at, and just get into the makeup. And I have such good memories, and I've had such amazing experiences with this palette. It is such a versatile palette. It goes from light to medium to deep. It's a great palette to have in your stash. If you have this one, let me know. Let me know what you think of it. Are you still reaching for it? I still reach for it. I still love it. I think it's a beautiful color story. And if you don't own it yet, you need to go to the ODEN'S website, and I'm hoping that it's in stock so you can get it. Hey guys, editing Steff here, and I totally forgot to include the Christmas palettes. The ODEN'S Christmas palettes for 2022. How on earth could I forget to include these palettes? But I think I will put both of them. I'll put them both together because I think they're both equally as great. One is a cool tone. This is the Christmas Eve palette. Beautiful. These were extreme limited edition. And then the Christmas palette, like Christmas Day palette, is a more warm tone palette. So I think what I'll do is I'll put these palettes in the number 4 spot right before the Hella palette. Yeah, because I put Hella palette in number 3. I put Annette in number 2. And then Soul Mane, I'm going to leave Soul Mane 2 in number 1 spot. So these, yeah, instead of 15 palettes, there's actually 17 palettes. I am so sorry. I don't know how I let myself forget about these palettes. And they're actually right here. They're right here on the shelves that you see me filming in front of. So yeah, we'll put these in the number 4 spot. All right, guys. So those were all 15 eyeshadow palettes that I currently have in my stash from ODEN'S. Again, I bought all these palettes myself and I don't regret a single purchase because I have such beautiful memories with most of these palettes and I've used them, I love them, and they're just really special. From the story they tell to the cover art to, you know, the color selection that's inside the palette. And I love that they are spotlighting content creators. They're giving collaborations to not just bigger content creators, but also to smaller content creators. And I think it's amazing. I think they are a must try indie makeup brand for 2023. For those of you who haven't tried them yet, please put them on your list to try this year because I know you won't be disappointed. I can't wait to see what they have in store for us this summer. I know it has to be good, and I hope whatever they're going to release for the summer comes in, or I'm able to get it before I leave for vacation because I'm gonna need a palette to play with on the plane. Let me know how your ODEN'S eyeshadow palettes rank. Let me know what your top 3 are, or let me know what your bottom 3 are as well, because I know not every palette is gonna work for everybody. I totally get it. But sound off in the comments down below and let me know how you would rank some of your ODEN'S eye palettes. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink your water. It is so important. And I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.